good morning. Get the chat box up. Sign into chat. I don't know. Must have had an update. Must have had an update. Let's try that password. I only have 3 passwords. Check your device. There's my device. I hate it when you get an update, you gotta redo everything. Yes, it's me. Allow me. There we go. I'm signed in now. Alright, there we go. Terrible at fishing? That's me. Alright, we're here. And wait for some people to show up. It's Saturday morning. Saturday morning, everybody. I have come down with COVID this week. Kind of expected it when I visited my folks. My in-laws, they came down with COVID. Then my wife and I just waited till we came down with COVID. And you guys know my health issues, and it just is something else for me. I am just sick. And it hits me a little harder, so I went to the hospital and let's see. And we just they pumped me full of stuff. Hey, Timmy's here. All right. Yeah, they just put a bunch of stuff in me. And they just so there's going to be a delay when I see you here, and then see you up here, I guess. I'm gonna turn the stupid autofocus off because I find autofocus kind of annoying. Configure video, that. Focus and there. And I am in focus without autofocus. Who would have guessed? Yeah, me too, man. I mean, we have the car show at Lake of the Woods today. And I always love going to car shows. I'm a big gearhead. You guys know I've owned 269 Dodge Chargers. I've even owned a 74 bay window bus, the Volkswagen, which was one of 5 made. It was an automatic, and it was a Riviera conversion from Riviera Motors up in Portland. It was actually one of the most unique buses you'll ever see. Really, 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 really unique. So it was, that was a pretty cool looking bus. Got rid of it when child number 3 came. 5 people didn't really camp well in it. But we totally took it camping. Totally took it camping. Oh no, that's so funny. Try not to laugh too much today because it makes me cough. Coughing hurts. But they, I got my coffee. Autofocus, that's awesome. He was ahead of his time, probably. At least in my day, he would have been ahead of his time. Everything was manual focus when I was growing up. Definitely check out the that buy. The special buy I put down for you guys. You guys, the CPF lures, he's got $1.99 soft plastics right now. You get 8 of them, and he makes really good soft plastics. They're durable, they do not tear up, and they're very, very good. For $1.99, you get 8. That is a really, really, really good deal right now. And you might want to check them out. I didn't. My fly lesson's supposed to be today. I had to cancel, of course. Robert West is the gentleman who's going to teach me. Very understandable. You know, next weekend he works Monday through Friday over at Pepsi. Another avid fly fisherman that owns Pepsi is Steve Bakke. Steve's a huge fly fisherman, and he used to be my next door neighbor. And then he moved, the bum. I could have totally tapped Steve for lessons. But so it'll be a couple weeks because I have the Derby a week from today. And I'm going to, it's going to be really fun to do there. And let's see. So I've molded some of these 6-inch swim baits. And so what I'm going to do at the Derby, while people are out fishing and stuff like that, is I'm going to paint these. And you know, the red ones will be painted to look like a kokanee, spawning kokanee, which will be awesome for next month. And I did 2 different reds, one with and without flake in it. This one's 3-dimensional. It's really hard for you to see, but I put 2 totally different flakes in it. This one has no flakes, but more of a pearl. And then I've got a green base, no flake, but you can't tell it's green screen. So we're going to paint those, and then we'll do some spinners. You know, show people how to make inline spinners at the show, at the Derby. So it'll be really cool to give a demonstration of how I make baits. And you know, I won't pour these, you know, because then I have to bring the microwave and stuff. I just bring my little air compressor and some paints and cleaning solutions, and we'll get that. We'll do some painting, and then my inline spinner wire bender, and we'll do stuff like that, and it'll be fun to show people. Oh, the Browns will go nuts for this, yeah. They're going to, yeah, next month they'll be gorging on them. And, you know, you paint this, this thing's going to be amazing next month. Put an 8/0 hook in there, and those Browns will be just chumming this down. My poor fly fishing. I did try it Monday. I did go Monday, and I felt good. But, you know, towards the afternoon, I just wasn't feeling too good, so I came off the lake a little early. On the way home, I knew I wasn't feeling good, and when I got home, it was like, all right, I'm definitely not feeling good. And then Tuesday, I spent, you know, most of the day, really 11 hours at the hospital. So, but we, you know, they pumped me full of steroids and stuff like that. You know, it doesn't really matter if I have PE or not, you know, pulmonary embolisms, you know, because he thought I had it. And I was like, yeah, I probably do because I feel it. And, but there's nothing they can do because I'm already on blood thinners. So I go, it doesn't matter if you find it. I go, what are you going to do? Give me 2 aspirins, you know, because that is as good as they do. When I have a stroke, that's as good as they do, is to give me 2 aspirin, because I'm already on blood thinners. So it's just the way that is. But But definitely check out CPF lures. If you Ned rigs are working really, really, really well right now. So um, I would definitely get. And I did. I mean, for $2, for eight, it's just like $1.99. I kind of loaded up on Neds from him. And I forgot what else I got from him. I think it was a Longhorn, and they are they're very good. They're very good. Let's see what else I got from them. I got view order. I got way too much. $2. It's like hitting a clearance area. Oh, I got some swim baits. That's what I got from them. I got some swim baits too from them. Just some small 5-inch paddle tails, and again, $2. I mean, I mean, I don't have this mold. I would love to have a mold that would give me this, but maybe next year we'll probably get a mold for that. Although I love Neds, so I think it's big Ned rig mold. I don't know. Neds work. Yeah, Rainbow Bay. They're going to be because the kokanee are going to be jumping, will be spawning onto the main ramp, and then all those browns will be coming up into that marina area, and they'll be hitting the shallows. So you can catch big giant browns in 9 feet of water any time of the day you want, and they're just going to be jumping up into there, and getting those cokes. You're going to start in a couple of weeks you'll start seeing cokes in schools jumping out of the water like dolphins. And people will be thinking, ooh, it's because they don't see that stuff all the time. And we don't see that stuff all the time, but it's really pretty because these are, they're 12-inch, 14-inch cokes, and they're just jumping in and out of the water like dolphins, like pods of dolphins. So it's going to look, it's going to be really pretty, and that's what happens. It's sort of a pre-spawn, ritual that they go in. And when they go into pre-spawn, they're not eating. At this point, they're starving themselves to death. And, they'll make their way into the shallows, and there'll be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, maybe thousands of them. And you can just walk out there and sort of kick them aside. And the browns are just taking advantage of it. Also, the largemouth. The largemouth will take advantage of it too, because they're if the water's even if the water's cold, which it will be, they'll come up, they'll hit it, and then go back down into the warmer water, so they don't suffer, and so they're not going to miss out on fattening themselves up for the winter. So they're going to be going up, right at the main ramp. Yep, main ramp. They'll be spawning for 2 weeks. It's just the most amazing sight. I got some video of it on the channel, and so that's pretty amazing. I got this new phone, this Pixel 8 Pro, and I've been impressed with the picture quality on it. I've always wanted a really nice camera. I used to run camera stores back in the 80s. That's pretty old. I'm getting old. I turned, what is the date? I don't know, 4 days. 4 days I turned 60. I know. 60. Do I look 60? Do I act 60? I don't think I look, I'm sick now, but I don't think I look and act 60 years old. 60. So anyway, back in the 80s, I used to manage a chain of camera stores, and I love photography. And I was totally shocked at how good this camera is on this Pixel 8 Pro. I got it as a replacement because you guys know I dropped my other Pixel 7 in the lake. I shouldn't laugh. No laughing. This is not a laughing matter. And I got this new camera as a replacement, and it is very, 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 very good picture quality and in a phone. And so I'm just kind of excited about that. I want to go out and take some really pretty nature pictures. A friend of mine, he's got a really nice camera set up. And Jordan and I, we just never really got together. I'm not one for I'm not one for being a buddy, I guess. Does that make sense? I mean, I love friends. I love making friends, but to pair up with somebody, maybe it's my age, because I did when I was younger. I mean, when I lived in Modesto, it was either Walter or Ron. But ever since Modesto, when I moved down to Fresno, not really. LA, no, not really. Yeah, is it an age thing that as we get older we don't hang out with somebody? I don't know what it is, but I got to do that. I do. I just got to do that. A lot of guys share the same passions I have, fishing and outdoors and bird watching, and I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna do it. I need to pair up with a buddy or two and start hanging out with people because I fish. You guys know I fish all by myself all the time. So I got to start doing that and get out of my cocoon down here in my basement. Yeah, maybe I'm in my basement making baits, painting baits, talking to Bob and Daryl they're my buds and my goldfish. Bob, Daryl, and Daryl, and then of course I talk to you guys all the time, but you're bodiless except for Timmy. So, and I'm a pretty sociable guy. So, but a lot of people, I think I'm afraid that the more people know me, they'll find me annoying because I'm kind of annoying. But we're gonna paint these guys at the I got 16 of them, I think. So at the Derby next week, we'll paint those. Put the eyes on. Uh, it'll be fun. It'll be fun next weekend. I always have fun. I always have fun at the Derby. I told Jaden I need my loudspeaker. She goes, "You are the last person on earth that needs a loudspeaker." I don't think so. I'm the quietest one in my family. My brother, he don't need a loudspeaker. He lives in Missouri. I could hear him right now, I'm pretty sure. There's an echo that keeps going through my head. So, but this fly fishing thing, see, I got my little fly fishing box. See, I got a fly fishing box. This makes me look professional. And then, I got my fly rod. See, so this winter, when I'm not on the ice, before we get on the ice, I'm going to go down to Keno, and we're going to find where there's access to the river there. I got my bibs, and I got my rod, and I'll know how to cast it then. But this is, I really wanted to catch a fish on this by just trolling on Monday, but I didn't. There's so much to learn. There are 4 categories of flies, and there's so much to learn. Thanks, Timmy. Don't need a microphone. No, Dagos don't. No, we don't need microphones. We just want to be more loud. It's a big lake. Come 1:00, I got to start calling people in. I think weigh-in is at 1 or 2. It's one of the two. I don't know. I ain't got it. So funny. I was there Monday, and Jade comes up to me. She manages the marina. She goes, "Mike, Joel wants to talk to you about next week. And I go, okay. So I go up to Joel, and Joel's one of the owners, and I go, okay, Joel, talk to me. He goes, hi, how are you doing? I go, I'm okay. How you doing? Okay. He goes, good talk. That was it. I looked at Jade. I says, "Look, don't worry about it." I go, you round up a bunch of prizes. I'll take care of the rest." Um, I usually make a lot of baits to give away. I can't afford it this year. Kind of nuts. That's this and the bibs were $450. When you spend that much money on this, it was like, yeah. So I poured some plastic baits. Figured I'll paint them. I do have some things to give away. But a lot of these guys, they don't realize when I give away stuff, there's time and money that goes into it, and they don't realize that I'm a guy in a basement. I don't, I don't, I don't tell people how little money I have. I'd like to act like I have a lot of money. Just bought my wife a new car, and she got a 2019 Subaru Ascent. Really, this is the limited touring edition, which is the top of the line. That thing has more buttons and mirrors, or I mean, monitors and cameras in it, and screens, and oh my gosh, it is probably it's the nicest car we've ever owned, the nicest car we've ever owned, and it is the rear view mirror is a monitor. It's pretty amazing, and it's got 360-degree, which I've had a car with 360 cameras before, but not like this, because this has other cameras. I mean, besides the four cameras on the back, you've got your rear view camera, you've got your lane departure cameras, you've got all these other cameras. There's got to be 8 cameras on this thing. And, this thing will pretty much self-drive for you, although they have a sensor on the steering wheel that you have to have your hand on the steering wheel at all time. But you can just put your finger on the steering wheel, and the thing will just pace itself, and do all the stuff and keep yourself within the lane all by itself. So it's pretty amazing. Yep, I agree, Timmy. I didn't get boots. I have some nice boots already. I really have some very, very nice boots, but I do have my Sims waders, and so I got really nice boots. I got them a year ago, and they're really, no, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 1 year? I don't know. I can't remember, but they're really good boots. Typically I only wear them in the winter, in the snow. But these things, they're really good boots, so I'm not too worried about the boots. I thought about that when we were there, at Shields, but I said, I already got good boots. I think you guys hear me talking about it. And the thing is about boots, especially if you get, these are rubber boots that I have. They're really comfortable. In fact, you can just wear them as regular boots. They're so comfortable. But nice thing about rubber boots, you can just, fills up with water and just pour them out. No big deal. It doesn't hurt the boot at all. So I'm looking forward to using. Well, I just want to get out on a river. I'm kind of right now. I'm what do you call it? When you're stuck in a cabin forever. I'm going cabin crazy. That's what I'm doing right now because I've been sick all week, and I want to go out there, but as soon as I walk 30 feet, I'm coughing up my lungs, and So I just, I can't go anywhere right now. I gotta get better, and uh, we'll get better. And then next week I'll have the Derby, and I want to stand in a river. I just want to stand in a river and look like a river runs through me. I was want to do something. Actually, what I want to do first, I want to take the rod to over to Moore Park or someplace and just practice casting, and have my wife or my kids or somebody to film me so I could see the loop and see if I can get the shape of that loop really well. Um, what are you saying down there? Get a waiting staff too. All right, waiting staff. Well, that's too much to carry. I only have 2 arms. Oh my god. But that's good because I have bad balance, so that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But I want to go to Moore Park and have somebody film me and see if I can get that, you know, practice casting and just work the cast, and and then get out onto a river and get the view, the ambiance, catch nothing but look good doing it. That's why I was at golf. I looked good playing golf back when I was younger. Well, I sucked, and then I was always playing with guys that are, you know, you know, their handicap was 1 or 2 handicaps. I mean, Jeff and Jeff. Jeff Woods and Jeff Crookston. Those 2 guys. Jeff Woods actually he played on the Canadian professional circuit, but both these guys were 1 handicaps, and they were so good. But they loved playing with me, so they let me, slice it and hook it and laugh about it, and they try to teach me. They can be a little slick. Yeah, they are collapsible. Yeah, but I have them. And boots are expensive. My wife was already buying me nice bibs and nice rod. I didn't want her to spend any more money. So then I had boots, and we'll get them. They got really good soles. I mean, these are really, these are snow tire soles on the boots. So even though they will be, kind of slicker, but they have a lot of good grip to them. So um, they should be good. They should be good. I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, she was spending a lot of money. I think she felt bad because of how I was treated by her mama. I was a good guy. I was a good guy. See, that's what I worry about. Timmy, if you hung out with me, I might be too obnoxious for you. I know. We might, and I have pretty good relationships with everybody because I limit them. If you get to know me too much, you may find that I'm a little bit too much. And then I lose a casual bud. So I need somebody that can tolerate my intolerance. Actually, I'm not intolerant. Um, I everybody's got good qualities. Everybody does, and I would rather find those good qualities than see the bad qualities. And so um, I can match you. See, I love being around other Italians. The difference about other Italians is that we can be ourselves without offense. You know that? It's just Italians are I hate to sound, you know, racist, but it's not racist to know that, the world I come from, the Sicilians and Italians, but we speak our mind. It's like when I went to New York back in 1989. I went to New York, Manhattan, and New Yorkers back then, I don't know what they're like nowadays. Back then, you spoke your mind. New Yorkers will tell you what they think about you right to your face, where Californians, they wait till you turn your back. And they won't tell you, they'll tell everybody else. And I love that about people, when they're just genuine, forthright, and you can say things that would normally be offensive to somebody, but it was Italians know that we don't mean it in an offensive way. We just saying it. It is what it is. So we we're cut from the same cloth. Well, that's what I love. When an Italian would walk in Woodland Hills, we had an Italian community, and when I'm around Italians, it's like, oh yeah, we're loud, and people that aren't Italians, they look at me talking to other Italians, and my employees would say, "Boss, what are you yelling at those people for?" I go, "I'm not." They go, "Yeah, you were yelling, you were saying stuff, and this, you told them this and that, you said they were stupid and this." I go, "No." I go, "They're Italians." I go, "What did they buy?" I go, "They bought all this stuff." I go, "If I really offended them, do you think they'd be my customers?" I go, "No." I go, "Italians, this is the way we talk." And it's refreshing because when you can be yourself without an offense, it's refreshing because I'm always worried that I'm going to offend people throughout my life when I talk to them. And I always worry because I care about people. I care about their feelings. I don't want them to feel like I slighted them or I was prejudiced or I was, saying something microaggressions, which drive me nuts. If I offend somebody because of a microaggression, I said, "Look, you better thicken your skin." I go, "Because life is too short for you to be offended by little things like that." I go, "You just have to thicken your skin." I go, "If there is an old guy telling a young person what to do," I go, "this is the best information I could give you." And because when I was younger, I had a shirt that said, "I'm proud to be," and it misspelt Italian 3 times. And it crossed it out. It says, "I'm proud to be Italian, Italian, Italian," misspelt, misspelt, misspelt. And then at the bottom it said WAP. That picture's actually in my yearbook. that that is the sense of humor we had back then. Exactly. Exactly, Timmy. That's exactly it. We will tell you you're full of it, and, and we'll laugh about it. I invite people of all makes, and if they want to come on my boat, it don't matter. It don't matter if who they are, what they believe, uh, their lifestyle. If they want me to teach them how to fish, I'll do it, and we'll have such a good time. But you know, there it comes with a caveat with me. It says I will say things of my generation, and my generation, we're baby boomers, and we're just gonna say what we think. But at the same time, we don't mean it offensively. We're just that way, and we laugh. My goodness, I love it. I love it when I meet people. An older Italian is like so much fun. It's so much fun. We have so much fun. But but yeah, I got now. We've lived here 4 years exactly. Just 4 years and a couple weeks. We have lived here. Yeah, we are truth tellers. The and I've yet to buddy up. Um, and I know so many people. And uh, Jordan Jones, who's a friend of mine, and he's a fantastic nature photographer. He loves birds, and something that he and I we can go out and walk some trails and just. I'll have my phone. He'll have his really nice whatever he's got. I forgot what he's got. I think he's got a Canon. And so he'll take really cool pictures with a cool camera, and I'll have my phone. But the thing zooms in really good. But we'll have a good time. Um, and he seems like he can tolerate me. I don't know. We might only do a few trips, and I'll have to go to somebody else. We'll see. I tend to push people to their limits. Maybe that's why I get tired of pushing people to their limits. Um, it's but yeah, it'll be fun to. Maybe there's a fly fisherman out there, and fly fishing's going to be one of those things because bass fishing's really short-lived in this part of the country, and I'm going to have to learn this whole new world. And we got all these rivers. I mean, I'm going to the Woods River, the Williamson's River when it's open to me, and then to the Keno Reach, down there, and just I got the Link River right outside, two blocks down. It's right there. That's just a walk, So it might be, I want to do stuff like that, and I just love the outdoors. And every time I get really sick, life it reminds me life is just too short to cocoon myself away from people. The radio show. I was thinking, I was vacillating back and forth about the radio show, but then I met with Mike Wood. He is he's a program. He's the station owner, and we are. Oh yeah, totally. Oh, I would love that, Timmy. The I would love that. You can teach me a lot. So but the station, the Gold Country radio station. Now you guys may not know my background. I don't know, but mine has always been in sales. I owned an international marketing company. Um, you guys know I've written a lot of books. One of it, my very first book, was on marketing because I was on I it was inspired by me being in a focus group in Washington D.C. for small business, and it was on neighborhood marketing. And I won a national award for neighborhood marketing. And so I got to have a background on these things. So I met with Mike and about how to get the radio station up and running and fund it. Well, it's a community station. And there's one thing about community. That's the reason I moved to Klamath Falls, because it is a community, unlike Los Angeles, which is a city. And I missed that about growing up. I grew up in a small town, Lompoc, and it was a community. And everybody knew each other. Everybody helped each other. And that's the way Klamath feels to me. And it does. And it's proven itself in 4 years that that's what it's like. So with Golden Country, what we're going to do with Gold Country, or what Mike's going to do, with hopefully more insight from me, is that we promote it as a community station, to where the community comes together in the airwaves and helps each other. And instead of selling airtime, you're asking for contributions to the community, so the community can help you and you can help the community. And a community focus radio station, I think, gives him an advantage in the area where other radio stations is selling air. They're salesmen. If you buy here, we can get you this. Well, that has to transpire, and that can only transpire over repeat, 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 long term, repeat, repeat. And there's so much, you really have a hard time. You can't track radio. You really can't. It's very difficult to track radio return on investment. So the if you promote it as a community coming together, you don't have to track it, because as soon as you give to the radio station, you have a return as soon as that money leaves you. I mean, because you know you're helping the community. And invite people, do community events, promote community events, um, you know, do things for NPOs, nonprofit organizations, and really get the community involved and make this station a voice for the voiceless out there. Really, I think it's a really good marketing plan um, for him, and I think it's gonna work. In fact, I feel really, really good about it. Not because it's my idea. It's just that it is something that is the reason I moved here. And so my radio show is a community function. We talk about the community and fishing, getting children involved, and doing the derby and fishing reports regularly, and getting outside in the area, and just it's a my radio show is a community service um, for Klamath Falls. So we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going as long as I can. We may shorten it to a half hour, not just keep it to an hour. Um, I don't know. I'm sort of toying with ideas with it. It's just a lot of work. After Ken and I record it, then I have to put that up today too. I'll put that up of last night's show, and I'm sick. I sound like the Frogman. It was really. I was in the very beginnings of COVID then when I recorded that, and then the next day I was in the hospital. So you'll see. It is the way it was. I've had COVID 3 times. I had it at the very beginning, the worst strain at all. That's when it almost killed me. And I mean, they had to resuscitate me, and so I've, this is this ain't too bad. I've had worse. It's just inconvenient. It hurts. Lungs hurt because my lungs suck, and I never smoked. I mean, I'm being punished with a smoker's lungs, and I never smoked. Yeah, it does. I'll tell you something too. Another area that gets a bad rap, Timmy, and I lived there 22 years, and that's Fresno. Fresno, California. It gets a bad rap. In fact, you say Fresno, people say, "Oh, yuck." You know, um, 22 years I lived there, and it's a community. Fresno's a community. About 1 million people in the area. It's the fifth largest city in California, in fact. And I had thousands of Fresnans work for me. Didn't matter where I walked into, everybody knew who I was. Give me a second, guys. Somebody's saying, "Hey, Dad," to me. I'm back. See, we have household duties here. My duties is laundry, and our washing machine is broken. That's no fun, huh? And so I had to. So we got to take our laundry to the laundromat, and the pump in the washing is broken. So I have to get a repairman here, find a repairman, have him fix our washing machine. So replace the pump. Another money. Money. Everything costs money nowadays, don't it? So I mean, that's my job, is to do all the laundry in the house. And been really sick. I can't go. So the girls are going to do the laundry for me. So they're stepping up, I guess. Daddy's got chores too around the house. I mean, you know, I gotta do stuff. Even when I'm sick, dying, I was like, but I do love, Fresno. Fresno is. I used to visit Fresno as a child, 75. Yes, it's very hot and dusty. Yes, it's a big city. Yep, tons of grape and money. Yeah, lots of money. Oh my gosh. My Best Buy that I ran was ranked 10th in the company of Best Buy. $78 million a year that store did. And my Good Guys, which was electronics, didn't exist in the 70s, but the Good Guys, we were 5th in the company. And Fresno's an enclosed market. So everything that you do in Fresno stays in Fresno. So a lot of companies will introduce stuff into Fresno, run sample advertising campaigns, and since it's a contained, advertising area. A lot of companies will come into Fresno and do things that you've never seen in the country because of its high population, its high demographics. It does have a lot of money, and it has a lot of little money. So the rest for the wicked. Well, they're giving me some rest, but in Fresno, it is a great test market area, and it's just one of those. And the people are, I mean, it's had its issues. Crime was horrible when we moved there in 1990. I mean, bullet holes on your door, stuff like that. It was really bad, but then it got better. Good people came in, controlled it, and were able to do really good things. And I had my lungs can't take the air quality. The problem about Fresno is that it's a basin, and so all the pollution and agriculture and everything settles into Fresno, and I couldn't breathe, and I had to move. And yes, it's hot, but which aggravated, that. It wasn't Fresno causing the pollution. It was just like the whole San Joaquin Valley would come in and just sit in there, and it was just the way it was. So I had to move. But whenever I see myself, right here, this is a scar. I don't know if you guys see that. That scar right there. I see it all the time when I do this. And off subject, I was probably about, I don't know, 5 years old. There's another one up here somewhere. Hair hides it. But we were playing on our bunk beds and jumping up and down up on the bunk beds. And Mikey tumbled. And I hit my head, knocked myself out, man. And then they gave me stitches here, stitches up here. Yes, I was dropped on my head as a child. Does explain quite a bit. Oh, she lives in Kingsburg. Yes, Kingsburg is a good place. Yeah. you know, Fresno's a good area if you can tolerate the air quality. Uh, Good people. I mean, good people. I mean, Pat Hill was the head coach of the Fresno State football team. He and I were friends. I'd be on the sidelines of the with the team, rooting them on, and it's a bulldog red town, and it is a fantastic. The people are good, and that's what I enjoy about Klamath Falls. I go into stores here, and I speak to them, the owners, and they know me by name. I know them by name. I just like that. I wanted my children to meet neighbors, and all of our neighbors here, we know them all. It's funny that we all start with M's almost, because there's Matt, there's Mark, there's Mark across the street, there's another Matt over here, and there's Bob. I'm Mike. Bob's kind of the oddball because his name doesn't start with an M. But anyway, it's I love that about our neighborhood. I mean, it's gorgeous, beautiful homes, and then people that I can knock on their door and ask for a cup of sugar or something like that. And not that I've done that, but I could. I'd be happy to do it for them, and it's just I love that about Klamath Falls, and Fresno wasn't really like that too much, but the people were good. The people were good, and my employees meant the world to me. So, and they know that. I mean, I keep in touch with them even today. And when I was dying, boy, they just they came out of the woodwork in the money. But small is great. Small is good. Small is very good. My family was so afraid when I told them I want to retire in a small town, because none of them have ever lived in a small town. And so they were afraid I was going to pick a town of like 200 where cousins married. we took a vacation. I got an Airbnb at a little town near Bakersfield, up on the Kern River, called Kernville, and it was like a town of like 300 people or something like that, right on the river. And they thought, oh, Daddy's going to put us in a town like Kernville. No, we didn't go. It was a cute little town to do an Airbnb in, though. But it was just, now this is big enough to where it has everything. Not far from more, but it doesn't grow. That's what I love about Klamath Falls. And it really needed a good hospital system for me because of my health issues. So, can you hear the banjos? You know what? Find the video on my channel called Deliverance. When we first moved here, I saw the Williamsons River. I said, all right, I could put in here, take out down here at Eagle Ridge. And my son backed out that day, so it was just me on my boat. And and I was fine down the Williams until my battery gave out right at the mouth of the Williamsons into the Klamath Lake. This is, I mean, on the map it's only this big. The lake was still. I said, well, I can paddle. I'm paddling. I had oxygen. My oxygen was on me. And I'm paddling, trying to get over those 4 miles over to Eagle Point. And all of a sudden the waves started happening. The wind started happening. And it was just like, and so in this video, I really didn't think I was going to make it. And I had to call 911. There was a guy on the point called 911. My daughter called 911. And so Darren he puts in up the Williamsons. And the sheriff, he's making his way down, and it becomes dark. So in that video, I put the background music of the banjos, dueling banjos. It's like I'm gonna die on a back river. Yeah, that was my introduction. And then Darren gets to me and goes, "What were you thinking?" I go, "Well, on the map, it's only this long." It's like, I could do that. Oh my gosh. And the sheriff's met Mike Ruffino. It wasn't the last time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I put the background music of the dueling banjos on that video. You seem, you squeal like a pig. It's like, oh my god. I know Medford's getting. I mean, I'm glad we didn't move to Medford. It's too hot in Medford too, so big difference in this elevation. Kathy, my wife, didn't want the heat anymore. In Fresno, you work in the 110s through the summer, so she didn't want that anymore. 100 plus, and it snows here, but it's just dusting, and it makes it pretty, and then it melts, and no big deal here. Although we live on a hill, we didn't think of that. We live on that steep hill up above downtown, and so it's like, see, we go the back way. We leave. Although another great thing about her car, her new Ascent, it has this anti-slip hill thing, and it controls all the different wheels independently in order to keep you from slipping. It's actually one of the coolest features of the car, in my opinion, where we live. Now, most people wouldn't appreciate that, but in this, where we live, on that steep hill above downtown, if she does go down that way, that particular feature is going to probably save her life. So, yeah, it's yeah, Medford is just one of those towns that was predictably going to grow, 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 grow. It's right on the interstate. It's at a decent elevation, and it's just going to grow, grow, grow. And in this time of life, I just didn't want that anymore. In California, all the towns grow, 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 except for my hometown. When the shuttle blew up, Challenger blew up, it pretty much stymied the growth of Lompoc. Yeah, a lot of West Coast launches were scrubbed for the shuttle, and now the shuttle doesn't exist. They don't use it anymore. They are coming out with I saw another. They still launch a shuttle, unmanned shuttle, out of Vandenberg Air Force Base, and it's up in space 10 months out of the year. It's unmanned, and it's not full size. Sort of like a mini shuttle, but it looks like a shuttle. It's pretty cool looking. Looks like the shuttle in Armageddon. Heavily armored, stuff like that, except shrunk down. And that shuttle is called the X-11, I think it's called, or something like that. Saw it. It's and it launched. It gets launched on a heavy payload rocket, and for 10 months of the year, it's just going around and around, and then it lands in Vandenberg. Just like an airplane. They refit it, send it up again. But yeah, it's that's the neat thing about my hometown. It's like we got all these rockets and slicks and stuff like that, and it's just so much fun. But it is, and I talked about that in the upload I'll do today on last night's radio show. You'll hear a piece that I had to edit out, for time constraints. But I talk about my kids, me taking them to see a heavy payload rocket, and how they were more fascinated with a dead coyote than they were about this Saturn V being launched right in front of their face. Coyote wasn't going to move. It dead. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm too freaking old to move. Age of maybe Rogue River. It's tiny. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, our home value has doubled since I moved here. 4 years. This house has doubled in price. Um, yeah, I bought it for 180, I think, and then it's about 360 now. So yeah, it's been pretty crazy. So, but this, I mean, this is a big house. This is a big house, and this house is, if you count the basement, which you don't, it's about, you know 3,000 square feet and 4 bedrooms. So it's pretty big, and I still have a lot of work to do down here in the basement. I thought I made this office big enough, but I had no idea that I'm outgrowing it. So I'm going to build an extension into this, and increase this into a different type of what do you call it? Manufacturing area of baits. So, I got stuff. I got lots of room here to do. But yeah, the Rogue River would be fun. Um, that would be fun to. It's got some good areas. But it's so expensive. Oh my gosh. Uh, the Rogue has some very pricey areas on it. Nice thing about this area. Excuse me. This area is that it just doesn't grow, and you're gonna buy old stuff here. That's the one thing about it. There are parcels that are just super super cheap over here. You can get a parcel of land for 30,000 or 10,000 depending, and it's just not expensive. There's a property in the Lake of the Woods here, and I think they went just over $1 million for it. Um, but I mean, who would? I mean, you gotta have more dollars than cents. So, Plymouth Falls homes for sale. Yeah, they go to Zillow. And where are you? There you are. Oh yeah, there are 2 homes on Lake of the Woods. If you just want a summer home, 950 and 900. I saw the 900 the other day. I didn't see the 950. That's got a nice 1,600 square feet. Yeah. I mean, and that is just for a summer home. That's just for a summer home. That's crazy. You never see homes, but I think it's because the home values have gone up so much. Retirement age people or people who died and they're leaving their cabin to their children um, are just, the children says, we're taking the money and run. All right, you take care, Timmy. I appreciate you popping in and talking to me. I'll get better. I'll get better. I'll get better. So, but yeah, Lake of the Woods has 2 homes. 2 homes. Which is rare. Really, really rare. The one at 900 does have a private dock. The one at 950 is off the lake just a bit. And they all have private docks, but I think that one at 950's got a community dock, where they share it with 4 or 5 other people. Man, yeah, it's up above the lake. It's pretty though. Nice, pretty house. She's not gonna live there. Yeah, they got a community dock. In fact, I know that dock. They got good neighbors. Yeah, I know that dock. Those are good people. Yeah, you're not gonna live there year round though, 'cause nobody plows it. So, take care, my friend. Uh, so, but yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, home values here. Home values have gone up crazy. In fact, let's look at Zillow. If you look at Zillow, and you're looking, man, there's a lot of inventory. There's more inventory here than I've ever seen. So you can get Lakeside for 118,000, just the land though. That's right on the lake. Uh, yeah, and lake views for about 120 or so. So, but oh yeah, it's gone up so much. I mean, there's a house at the end of the street here is at 1.2 in my neighborhood. It's 1.2 million. It's amazing though, really an amazing house. A house, you know, it was a tiny little. It's about the same size house. It just looks tiny. 340, 3 bedroom, 2 bath in my neighborhood. So it is. Well, yeah. Move here. I caught the window. I caught the window. But to move here, you're looking at 250 to 350 for a house, so $300,000 for a house. A nice house in a decent neighborhood. It looks like. Yep, it is wild looking. Yeah, well, yeah, that house is on a bad street there. 250. It's because the school is there. It's not that the street is bad. It's just that you got all these cars that are going to be in front of it. And you don't want to move on California Street because that's just amazingly dense. So we got all these little properties off lake. Oh, it's in Ridgewater. That's why. You're going to pay for a HOA. You really don't want to get into HOAs. You really don't. So you got a lot of land that you can buy and build custom homes if that's what you're into. Um, if you want, to get into right by lakes, if you want lake view stuff is going to be $400,000. So not bad though. I mean, come from LA, so I guess it's just a matter of you really don't want to go to Running Y. You got a lot of property available there for a reason. I hate HOAs, especially when you're moving to, a beautiful place, and you just don't want to be told, can't have that, can't have that, nope, can't do that, can't do that, can't paint it that color. Uh, I'm just not as humble as I think I am. I can't be told. Can't be told. So, Klamath Falls, depending on where you're moving from, you can get some really nice properties over here. Um, there's the Keno area, which is a community that has like no shopping, but it's got a river running through it, and it's about the same amount, 300,000 or so for a home there. So, and those are manufactured homes. Let's see, yeah, there's some that are non-manufactured. So, yeah, you just 2.9 million. Well, yeah, it's a huge amount of property. It's rangeland. So, but yeah, It's a lot of money. It got expensive since I moved here. It was the one time in our marriage, we've been married almost 38 years, and the we nailed it to where it was a seller's market in Los Angeles. It was a buyer's market here. Very little inventory. And here now, everybody's house has doubled. And so now they're selling and moving somewhere else or buying up. Um, and there's a lot of, there's a house that's a manufactured home for 130,000. There's a non-manufactured home for 215, 2 bedroom, 1 bath. So you could still, I mean, if it's just a couple, you're a couple and you want to uh, just retire. There's some 200s in here that you could probably be happy with in these neighborhoods. So you just got to talk to people that live here. You really do. You gotta find out. This town has everything every other town has. It's got the homeless. It's got this and that. Not as bad. A lot of people say, well, don't live near downtown because of the homeless. There are more people, more homeless on South 6th Street than there is on Main Street. And so there are two parts of this town. There's the 6-1 and 6-2 area codes, and you can, it's just, I picked my neighborhood by the people that lived here. And I love the fact that I know my neighbors. Um, it's something my children just had seldom ever experienced. So, yeah, well, there's some really big houses here that are 4 bedroom, 3 bath for $479. This is a beautiful house. My God. Oh, I know this house. This is right on the lake. It's on Lakeshore Drive. Um, yeah, he's even got a boathouse on the water there. And he 479. Actually, it's a really good deal. It's just unfortunately on a tough street. But you can't get a better view of the lake than what he has. And he's right on, big giant boathouse right on the lake right there. He's got plenty of parking. So that's the good thing about his house. So for 479. And yeah, I never knew what he was going to do with a big giant sailboat he's got up on, dry docked. I never knew what he was going to do with that thing. But it's that's a really good house. You look at it. But yeah, that street's very, very, very busy. But he's got lots of parking. Another really good thing about what he did with his house. So he can get in and out really easily. Yep, that's a good house. 479. I would have bought that. I would have bought that house if it was available back then. Yeah. Out of all the houses I see, although you have to recarpet it, he's still got green carpet. The kitchen's good. Lots of cabinet space. That's a big deal. And good counter space too. So not a big kitchen, but definitely workable. Wow. See, this is kind of fun to watch. So, let me see. Let me see if I can I'll do a screen view. Video capture. Where's display capture? Okay. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this house is on a street called Lakeshore, which is that's Lakeshore right there. That's his house. That's his driveway. Now his driveway will get slick. This snows right here, and this is Yeah, look at that. I'm being a real estate agent. But 4 bedroom, 3 bath, 3,000 square foot house. This is very, very nice. Green carpet, total 70s. But there's a turn here and there's a turn down here. So people do come around here rather quickly, so you got to be careful. But he's got good parking right here, and he's got a lot of parking up here. So and he's got these stairs right here from this area. That's the boathouse right there. That's his sailboat. I've never seen him put that in the water. He's got other things. He's got a big crane here. I don't know. In order to put that boat back in the water, I guess, is that crane. But he's got a little yard here for the kids and whatnot. Beautiful patio here, um, and this is a nice house. This is a very nice house. $479,000, and it's right on the lake there. There's his big sailboat. I think it's got a big draft. I'm thinking, I don't know, but uh, this is a pretty nice house. This one, this is one of those houses, I think should be sold rather quick, but it's been on the market for a while. I don't know why. Maybe it's the green carpet. You just recarpet it. No big deal. Pull it up and just. But this is the view. I mean, that island right there, been for sale for a long time, but you can't develop on it. Wild, isn't it? This is Klamath Falls. Imagine in LA, you'll get a simple 3-2 track home, or probably 2-1, 2 bedroom, 1 bath for $500,000. Not even. I mean, that'd be out. It's in Palmdale. But look what you get here for $500,000. I mean, this is pretty cool. That's what you get here. Yep, that's what you get here. That's why you moved to Klamath Falls. I would recommend this house. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but he's got a nice little freezer here, which is awesome. You want one of those freezers, and you just buy a side of beef and throw it in there. Or if you're a hunter, everybody hunts around here. You just throw a deer in there. Well, yeah, this is crazy. There's a hallway for you. Look, white carpet. It's not green. Master bath. Yep. Green walls though. Blue walls. Magenta walls. Yeah, you can do some painting and recarpeting in this house. This must be the master bath. There's the master bedroom. Big master bedroom. You got a little fireplace, and then you got your master bath right there. So, ooh, look, gotta love walk-in closets. Look at that. That bathtub with the lake view, and nobody can see in too, which is a really cool thing. Very nice walk-in shower. This is a nice house. Never looked at it before. Looks like above the garage. This is the apartment above the garage. So a lot of storage. It's a big giant garage. So he made this his workshop. So look at it. Oh, he's got his old truck in there. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Nope, that is a pretty cool looking home. $479,000, and I'll bet you he'll move on that because it's been on the market for a while. That's it. That's your property right there. That's your property. Wow. Let's see. Back to listing. How much property is it? Just under half acre, 0.44 acres. Yep, no, that's something else, guys. Yeah, this is where I live. This is where I live. I live over here. This is my neighborhood. Yeah. I live on the street where this $1.2 million house is. This is at the end of the street, and it is massive, huge property. It's got a beautiful greenhouse on it. This thing's a colonial that is just absolutely stunning. 7 bedrooms, 7 baths in this. I'm surprised it was built in 26. My house is older. But this is right on top of the hill with just beautiful, beautiful vistas. But this is an estate. I walk by this house all the time, and it is just beautiful. Look at that pool. And nice to have a warm pool. But see, look at this. It looks like an estate. You know, it's right down the street from me. Walk by it all the time. And there's Yawana. That's a Lake Yawana right there. That's what you get to see, from their house. Over here to the right is Link. I actually walked by this house in order to go down to the link here. But it is got some beautiful views. 7 bedrooms, 7 baths. That's what you're looking at for a mere $1.2 million. But this is a stunning piece of property. It really is. It is the best piece of property on my street. So, like I said, it's 1 block away from me, just up the street. I love the old wood. Look at the copper. Look at the copper. I mean, see, the nice thing is about the homes we have on our street, this is when craftsmen were craftsmen. I just love that about my home. I have a craftsman style home. This is a colonial style home we're looking at here, but with craftsmanship. Look at that. It's got a knife area right in the middle of all that, so it's just, yeah, it's an older, big house. Those are big bedrooms. These are not little bedrooms. 7 bedrooms, these are big bedrooms. Look at that. That is crazy. It's a big house. Like I said, I walk by it all the time. Look at the little popcorn maker. Oh, my kitty cat's here, so. But that, that's on my street. Washington Street. It's just up here. All right, well, that's Klamath Falls. That's Klamath Falls. You ever wonder what it's going to take to live in my little town now? It's not 1.2 million, by the way. What is this one? This is on High Street. Oh, this is 1 block away. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Some of these houses look tiny from the outside, but then they're much bigger. That's a cottage house. That's beautiful. I love arched doorways like that inside the house, the cottage styles. So, really nice little house. So, okay. All right, let's turn off the display capture. And we're back to me. Come on. So this is Bello. You guys have met Bello. I think we're making the decision for our other cat. And Evie's been with us for 12 years, 13 years. Evie is going to be missed. This one, Drew. You're going to miss Evie. You have no one to torture. This is what a Maine Coon does all the time. All right. So we covered a lot. Do not forget to go to cpflures.com. If you go to CPF Lures, get $1.99 soft plastics right now. That is a fantastic deal. Just load up. And you can't go wrong with Ned Rings. He makes great Ned rigs. He's got some swim baits too. It's 5-inch paddle tails. And we have the Derby a week from today at Lake of the Woods. It's free. Free fishing weekend. Free fishing weekend too. This is, yeah. And I'll be there. I'll be painting baits that I've already molded, and we'll get those done and in front of your very face, and then we'll give away lots and lots and lots and lots of prizes a week from today because I'll be healthy, and keep an eye out for my terrible at fishing, learning how to fly fish. Should be hysterical because I've never done it. Oh, look at the bellow. He's 20 pounds. Big giant cat. He loves his belly rubbed. Ah, don't you? You love your belly rubbed. And a hairy cat you are. And a hairy cat you are. Such a funny kitty cat. Maine Coons have such great personalities. So, yeah. They're snow cats. Their paws are huge, made for the snow. They got fur right underneath them too, so you're made for the snow. Maine Coons are actually a breed from Norwegian forest cats. And Norwegian, of course, in Norway, it's all snow. They were used on Viking ships to control mouse populations and rodents and stuff like that. And so not only are they built for the cold, but they're aggressive hunters. So, but they love attention. Oh yeah, 5 people in our house, he gets tons of attention. They love to climb, they love to claw, they love to do stuff like that. They think they're dogs. So you can leash train them, and you can play fetch with them and stuff like that. They're very, very playful animals, the Maine Coon. I would tell you, everybody, to buy a Maine Coon. They're expensive though, $2,000-$3,000. But boy, are they worth it. You just landed in our lap. That's what you did. You landed in our lap. Literally, look. He's huge. Oh my goodness. All right, well, I guess we'll stop the video. What do you think? You just want to go to sleep, don't you? This is what they love. On their backs, bellies rubbed, given all the attention in the world. He's a good kitty cat. Soon to be our only kitty cat. That's my baby. That's right. You're going to miss her too, aren't you? I hate making that decision. I really do. I hate making the decision to destroy an animal. But her liver is failing. Either has a tumor or it's failing. We've done as much as we can to keep her going. We've done as much as we can. So, I'll be sort of depressed this week. So I gotta go say goodbye to a cat that sleeps with me every night. She jumps up on my chest and just goes to sleep. So, and I tamed her. She was a feral cat. Took me a week of hard work to tame that cat. Every day I'd come home and I'd crawl under my bed and I'd talk to her. Every day. And I would soothe her and try to get closer and closer. 6 months. Can you imagine me coming home from work and yeah, that cat shuts. And just making the effort every day. Till finally one day she came out and said hi. Right when I was ready to give up on her. I wasn't sure if I could tame her. He left something on me. And now, the other end of the line. I'm so sorry about that. It's COVID. Alright, guys. I will leave you. I want to thank you for stopping by. Give me someone to talk to. Timmy, thanks. And go have some more coffee. I need another refill. One thing about me right now, I just living off the coffee. Lost a lot. I'm losing weight though. Take care.